Miriam Clements, tell us about where your inspiration and fascination for politics started.
Oh gosh, it's probably my mum used to say to me that I should be Prime Minister of New Zealand one day, but jokes aside, look, I've been representing Indigenous leaders to the United Nations and the International Criminal Court against the industrial contamination of the rainforest for some time. Last year I was at the United Nations. Ban Ki-moon had invited me to come and meet with the Chief Secretariat of Indigenous Affairs, and look, I really felt at that time that the UN had all these incredible documents to protect populations and ecosystems, and but rather did the bidding of governments who were often highly corrupt and in favour of economies that destroyed. So I ran for Secretary General, and it was a bit of a scuffle because I'm the only independent nomination that the UN Secretary General post has ever seen, but there's no law, letter or rule that prohibits that. So look, it was a provocation. I knew that it wouldn't go completely to plan, but you know, it was about protecting the rainforest, our major ecosystems and human rights. And I guess now that I'm back in New Zealand after 10 years of working towards those goals at a really innovative level, I've got an international criminal court argument against climate change to protect the coral reefs, the Great Barrier, to protect rainforest ecosystems, and you know, really innovative business transition strategies as well with my agency. And the Logic Party, which is my now New Zealand foray into politics, is about the vision for a world-leading sustainable economic transition that other countries around the world could benchmark and follow. And if we could achieve that here in New Zealand, we would make an exceptional contribution to the world and to the lives of people everywhere. So.
And today, Miriam, is quite a significant day for you. I believe that you have just put a proposal to Winston Peters. He's a lawyer and you have a mad passion for the law. You'd probably go quite well together. Tell us about what's in the proposal and the deadline for the proposal. You're going to run this election?
Well, look, I thought Winston might need a blonde co-leader in this election, so I definitely put myself up for that. And, you know, definitely on perhaps more serious note, although I was very serious about that, because you know, unless you have the power to affect change, you know, it wouldn't be really worthwhile. But look, I feel that Winston Peters has a set of policies which are the most advantageous for New Zealanders. It protects ownership, it protects opportunity in business and profit. It will roll back the foreign ownership. They will consolidate the energy companies and make that for the profit of the people. And I really believe that our common resources should be for the common benefit, not for offshore owners. And they're willing to take on the banks. And my policy on the banks in New Zealand is extreme. I think we should cancel the private banking licenses and take back our extreme wealth possible out of the debt creation asset of the fractional reserve banking system. So that is something I think that Winston has the intent to achieve. And what I've proposed is that if we could introduce a perfect environmental strategy for sustainable transition into the mix, then it would be the perfect political party in this election. We have to realise that Labour and National are international parties. They're representing international objectives, international consortiums, and doing a couple of local policies for the people, but their agenda with the Paris Agreement, you know, with years back of putting us in extreme debt, international debt, and floating the dollar and deregulating the markets and selling off all our assets. Labour and National and the TTPA, let's not forget, they are very, very dangerous for the future of New Zealanders, and Winston Peters wants to protect New Zealand's rights. So I really support him with that, and I think that he should support me with my environmental policy.
Well, this is certainly heating up to be historically one of the most exciting elections. In light of the last few weeks, it's definitely been eventful. Miriam Clements, I wish you all the very, very best for your endeavours.
Thank you very much.